football. It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, shout out to everyone out there in the world, wherever you're at. Thank you for tuning in to the home of boxing. It's great to be here again. Interesting stuff going on, man, out there in the super middleweight division. And truth be told, with all the fights that have been like postponed, like Tim Tszyu versus Charlo, postponed. Virgil Ortiz versus Stanionis, postponed. So every time I wind up saying this about one of these fights, they wind up getting postponed. So I'll say it again, and hopefully this fight won't get postponed. But this fight is an absolute banger, and I think this fight, from a competitive standpoint and from a style standpoint, might be the best fight of the first quarter of 2023. So let's talk about it, man. Y'all can say the date. The date will be March 24th, as Christian and Mbilli, Christian and Mbilli, one of the most entertaining fighters in the super middleweight division. I don't know if he'll ever win a world title, and truth be told, I don't care if he does. He's just fun to watch. Stocky, explosive, punches hard, a lot of combinations. There's a lot of things that I feel like are appealing about Christian and Mbilli, and there's a lot of great fights to be made. He's taking on the former IBO super middleweight champion, Carlos Gongora. And yes, Carlos Gongora, we all remember him from a couple years ago when he fought one of Golovkin's fighters, Ali Akhmedov, who was undefeated and was unknown to everybody, and beat the brakes off Ali Akhmedov and became an IBO champion. Now, if you want to recognize the IBO belt as a world title, which he did, he is the first Ecuadorian champion. They had a whole parade in this country for him. So shout out to Carlos Gongora. But what a fight! This is two guys that are punchers. I mean, I think Carlos Gongora is a bit more of he's more of a gunslinger, and Mbilli is more of a puncher, the kind of puncher where it's like high volume and a little bit of heavy hands. But it's a great match, man. I feel like if we don't get a knockout in this fight, I'll just be shocked. I'll be absolutely shocked, because both these guys don't know how to fight in all the way. Gongora, after he beat Akhmedov, picked up that win against Chris Pearson, who's a solid fighter. Then he wound up losing a close fight out there in the UK to Leron Richards, and since then he's won one fight, which he had just this past August against 28-15 Oscar Riojas. So now he's trying to get back into the title picture and be a factor of the division, because you gotta remember, this is a guy that I believe, I could be wrong. I believe it says it right here somewhere. Actually, let me read. Yeah, at the convention back in October, the WBC had actually ordered Mbilli to face Ali Akhmedov in a world title eliminator. Now, I don't know if this fight is going to be an eliminator bout, but either way you cut it up, slice it, and dice it, it's a hell of a fight. And we need more fights like this in boxing. Two top guys testing themselves. So just for you guys out there, for those that know, for those that don't know, in the 168 title picture, Christian Mbilli is the number 2 ranked WBC contender, behind just behind only Caleb Plant. Ali Akhmedov, who Mbilli was supposed to fight, I don't know why they're not fighting. Maybe Akhmedov pulled out for some. I'm not sure, but they're not fighting. But Akhmedov is the number 5 contender, and then Carlos Gongora is all the way down there as the number 10 contender. So that's the title picture right now. That's where we're at, and I do think you're in this fight on March 24th. You're gonna get two fighters hungry. I mean, I'm talking like hungry to get a knockout and make a statement, because unfortunately in this division, for whatever the case may be, a lot of the contenders just aren't getting a lot of attention, because all the attention is, unfortunately, all the tension in this division is centered around Canelo Alvarez, who is the undisputed champion and the biggest draw in boxing, right? So it's all on him. And then outside of that, Plant and Benavidez are hogging up the rest of the attention. And then you got Morrell, who's struggling to get attention his damn self. And then outside of that, if you don't got a belt or a regular belt or an interim belt, if you're not Morrell or John Ryder, if you're just a contender in this division, odds are you're kind of just an afterthought and forgotten about, because look at the guys in the rankings. I mean, nobody talks about Ali Akhmedov, nobody talks about William Skoll, nobody talks about Vladimir Shishkishin, who I just saw the other day at the gym. He's number 2 in the IBF. There's a lot of guys that are getting overlooked for whatever the case may be. So yeah, you got Demetrius Andrade. By the way, Demetrius Andrade, shameless plug. Demetrius Andrade is all of a sudden the number 2 ranked contender in the WBO. So hey, Canelo may have to answer that question sooner rather than later. But getting back to Gongora versus Mbilli, just I can't say enough good things about this fight, and I give credit to the fine folks at I Had a Tiger Promotions and Lou DiBella for putting together this fight for the fans and for the division and for boxing that he pushed forward, because these are guys in Mbilli who, let's be real, like you're never gonna hear Benavidez or Plant or Morrell or Canelo or John Ryder even. They're not gonna call these guys out because these guys are high risk, very high risk, low reward fighters, and they don't want to end up like Carlos Gongora or some of the other opponents that these guys have fought. So they have to kind of fight each other to get to where they want to go in the sport, and it's a great thing for us fight fans, and it's a great thing for this division. And I feel like it's actually a great benefit to 168 that this is happening now, because it's setting up the landscape for what's going to happen when Canelo Alvarez eventually decides to either retire or leave the division or whatever. Because at some point, I think some point in the next 12 to 18 months, the division will fragment again. And it's, right now, these guys, the way I look at this fight is these guys are jockeying for position for when that happens, because they're not getting a title shot right away against Plant or Benavidez. So they gotta set themselves up best for when that time comes where the division fragments. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. Who are you favoring and why? It should be a really interesting occasion, and I want to know what you guys think. Are you going with Gongora or are you going with Christian and Billy? Let me know in the comments down below. Take the time to subscribe, and like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure you subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.